Hey everybody, welcome to Step into the Portal. My name is the Brandt, and today I'm going to be playing some Massive Darkness 2. So there was a Massive Darkness 1 that CMON released a little while ago, and some people enjoyed it, but it mostly didn't have very positive reviews. But this one has been very positive, and I have played a handful of times. I've been meaning to get it on the channel. It's kind of a bigger game, so I'm just going to play it solo. It does play with one hero. It can play 1 to 6 heroes, in fact. And probably the biggest hook is it is a dungeon crawl game, but it's individual missions. And it can play 1 to 6 players. And in addition, the heroes are asymmetrical. They're mostly asymmetrical. Usually it's kind of their mechanisms for moving and attacking and interacting with things that are asymmetrical, but pretty much everybody rolls dice and deals damage the same way. So that part is very similar. Hey, Matt, thanks for joining me here, everybody. So I'm going to play this solo today with the Rogue hero, which is one I haven't played, and I'm going to play, it's like the 4th or 5th mission, which I have not played yet. I did set up to get a little bit. The Demon Artifact. So it says, the infernal realm is full of hidden artifacts, steeped in the darkest of underworld powers. The one who wields this relic will command untold demonic power, but risks slowly transforming into a demon themselves. So what I have to do is I have to gather the shards, which are here, here, and here. The book it is actually this way, but I had to turn it on my table. So if I get a little lost, bear with me. And then once I have those, I have to use them in the forge, which is this space right here. So this one, it's hard to see, but these are gold, and this one is silver, so I have to go to this silver space to do that. And I just have to spend an action, so... And I get 5 XP, so that's going to be that kind of idea. Cool. So here is the board. Here's what you're seeing. I do have to dump a bunch of these tokens out. I don't think I need 100 hit point token, but I've got a bunch of these here for enemies and whatnot. Okay, if I need more of these, I will. I actually have a side table set up here with a whole bunch of the miniatures and things. You'll see that the miniatures are not so miniature. You get things of this size in the box. So there's that. I don't know what just fell down there. Very large game. It's pretty fun. It hasn't gone over super well with people I've played it with. I've enjoyed it. We did do an escort quest that I thought was particularly bad. It seemed to be rough, and people seemed to keep pushing for them. Hello, Eric. Good morning again. Yeah. There we go. I know I'm not a painter of minis, but I can imagine these ones would be really fun. So I am this gold mini right here. I have the blue base, so that is the Rogue right here. I am controlled by this bag of tokens. And then there are some enemies, some wandering monsters, if you will. This is actually the roaming monster, so these are the other ones that show up. So there are some satyrs that came out right here. So this is their card and the weapon they're holding. And there are some imps over here, their card and the weapon. So the way it works is they always have a leader, and then they have a number of minions equal to the number of heroes in play. So it scales really well, like I said, from 1 to 6. So there's that idea. All right, couple family things. So I'm receiving some text behind me that I'll answer in a bit. But just so you know, if I look back there, nothing major. Sorry, just people figuring out things for the weekend. All right, so I have my card over here. This tells me I have 3 mana and 5 health. I also chose to take a dagger at the start. So with the dagger, I can spend an energy, and then the defender gets 1 fewer defense. Why does it have a 1 on there? Also in combat, I can re-roll a die. That can be any die. The big thing to do with this game is you'll see kind of these red spaces are the light and the other spaces are in the darkness. So if I'm in the darkness, I get to roll this darkness die. So that is kind of one of the bonuses. I can power myself up kind of in ways. Enemies are going to roll these minion dice as well, and then there's attack dice of various colors. You'll see all that kind of stuff as I go through. These are tokens, and there's a loot bag over here. Monsters come out. And there's kind of phases. So I'm going to take my turn. I normally get 3 actions, but in solo, I believe you get 4. Specifically, the Rogue takes actions by drawing from this bag. And it's kind of a bag building game, if you will. I can add more tokens from over here. and I take those actions with those, so I'll show you that. Then the minions are going to go. They get 2 actions. If they're not in my space, they'll move towards me unless they have range. None of these do, so they're just going to move towards me as best they can. And if they're in my space, then they will attack me. We'll go over that. Then we go to the darkness phase. I believe after that. Oh, the level up phase. So if I reach my thresholds 5, 10, 12, 18, etc., I can spend XP, and then I can level up to the next level. And then finally, the darkness phase is where I slide this up, and then there are effects that happen on here, both good and bad. There's a lot of spaces. These are intended to be rooms. Actually, this one's a little bit harder to see. I think this is a square room here. I think this is kind of this shape, like Tetris pieces. I'm pretty sure these 2 rooms are intended to be separate. This has its own door. So I think this, and this are all little separate rooms, and you'll see treasure chests, and these are loot tokens and forges where I can exchange items and things. I actually forgot to look up that rule, so I'll have to do that. So that's kind of the idea of the game, and I just keep playing rounds until I get to the victory condition, or I die. When I die, I have one of these Lifebringer tokens. I come back to life, then it's gone, and if I die a second time, the game is over. Hello, Jeremiah. Thanks for joining me. Sound is good and whatnot? Yeah, I think so. I think people would have said something by now if they couldn't. All right, excuse me while I open this. I had some super quick lunch. I was just over on doing Chatting Champions live on Josh's channel, Get Up and Game. So you can check me out over there. And then I ate a quick lunch and came back here to play this. I'm going to do the best I can. I do have to go somewhere this afternoon. So if it takes long, I may cut it short just to show off what the game is. But let's jump in. All right, so the Rogue has this. There are all sorts of different heroes. Unfortunately, they're a little bit hard to dig out and get everything set up, so I can't show them all to you. But I'm sure there's places you can go to see those. So I'm going to take 4 tokens out of the bag. And then these are going to tell me my actions for the turn. I can actually do any action with a token, so I can just flip it over. But if I do an action like this one gives me +1 movement point. So if I use this to move, I can move an additional space. Is the idea. So when I do that, I actually get 3 movement points and opening doors and things like that. So I don't want to open this door because this is the forge where I need to go. So I need to get all these things. So I'm going to come down this way. I can move 3, and then I have a move 2 and attack. So I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to ignore these enemies for now. Let them come to me. So this one lets me move 3. 1, 2. I hit this trap, which is a wound, so I take a damage. And then it's gone. I was basically going to have to step on it anyway. And then I could go this way to get this treasure. But I think come down here instead. This is where a big enemy's going to spawn and other enemies can spawn. So I want to get away from this as fast as possible. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to flip this token, which says move 2 and then attack. So I'm going to move 1, open this door. So when we open a door, we draw a door card. And this is going to say the Courage Aura Chamber. The active hero may keep this card until the end of the quest and discard it when attacking to gain +2 yellow dice on an attack. There you go. Then I'm going to spawn a monster, so I'm going to take the top monster off the deck. There are several decks based on level. I'm currently level 1, so we use the level 1, 2, and this is going to summon some fallen angels. So we're going to go find those over here, which I believe this is the leader. Tribe. Got all these trays of minis. So there's the Fallen Angel leader. Put that one out where this is. So these are kind of wandering, roaming. I think the term for these bigger cards is roaming monsters. So these are just monsters that are in the room, if you will. All right. And then I've got another tray here. And are these angels? These are angels. There we go. All right. And I've got another angel here. So one is a leader, and the others are minions. It really doesn't matter. I honestly could put 2 in the space, but it's fun to use the actual ones. I'm not a painter, so I don't have mine painted up. All right. So 1, 2, and then I get to attack. So when I attack, I come over here to my dashboard. I get 1 yellow die on my roll. I'm in the light, so I don't get the shadow die. And then, in addition, they get 2 defense dice. So I take their 2. And then lastly, there is 1 minion, so I don't roll an additional die, but these black dice are for the minions. They have 2 health, and they have a loot token on them, as well as I should have summoned a card. So they are holding a undead sword. So this only helps them with attacking. So I'm going to roll these dice, and then I have rerolls and things I can spend mana on as well. All right, so that scratch is going to deal me a damage. I'm going to spend a mana, and I get rid of this. So I negate this. That's what my dagger does. So I deal 1 damage. So one of them takes a damage. They each have 2 health. So I'm going to kill the minion first, and then I'll kill the other one. And then I actually get a mana back. But I do take a damage from this one. I do have the option to spend mana for rerolls, but I'm going to live without it for now. So now I'm going to make a second attack. And I get a bonus yellow die according to this. Should I actually use this card and just defeat them? I think so. Ooh, there's only that many, huh? There's only 3 yellow dice, so I guess that one doesn't benefit me. All right. So I will spend 1 for a reroll here on the double shield. That'll be a single shield. This would have an effect if one of these cards, when they're attacking, it has an effect. It doesn't have one here. So that looks like even if I spent, they would deal no damage. So that is going to be that. And I'll take my my next attack to try to defeat one of them. I'll have to see if we can do it. All right, there we go. So now I got 3 swords. So I'm going to spend a mana, negate this 1 here. This does nothing. I deal 3 damage. So 1 will kill one of these. When I kill a minion, I get an experience point. And then there's 2 more damage, which will kill the leader. When I kill the leader, I get 2 experience points. In fact, everyone in the dungeon would get 2. So the minions are up for grabs for experience, but all the other models give experience to everyone in the party. So it's kind of nice on that front. And then I'm going to try to set these back up here so I can find them again. All right, when they are defeated, I get a loot. So I get to go in the loot bag and draw one of these. Has anybody played this game before or seen it? It's pretty fun. The asymmetry is where it's going from. So that's going to tell me I get a common treasure. This goes back in the bag. I draw from here. And I get studded leather armor, so that can go right over my other armor. I'm always a little rough on the systems for those, how many items. I think I'm supposed to set them aside, but I don't think it really matters. You can trade amongst people, but since I'm solo, nothing's going to happen there. All right, and then this card will get discarded, and I also get this undead sword, which can go in my other hand. So the undead sword lets me roll another yellow die, and then another one if I want to take a wound. So I've got a lot I can do there. All right, and then it's a movement point to interact with tokens, so I can do that when I come over here. Cool, so that will end my turn because I used my 4 actions. I'm going to put them here and not get them confused with my upgrade ones. Oh, I picked for level 1, I picked poison. Oh, this says shadow. I wanted poison. That's what I put in the bag, so I must have just grabbed the wrong 2. All right, so here they are. So I picked poison, and when I attack with these poison tokens, I can put them on units, and then they take 2 damage at the start of their turn, which I thought would be pretty helpful here. All right, so now we're going to go to the enemy phase. So they're going to try to get to me. They're going to move 1, 2 to here. They're not affected by traps. They're going to go 1, 2, because I have to go around here. Again, not affected by traps. So that is their turn. If they were in range, they would attack me. Then we go to the level up phase. I do not have 5 experience yet, so I don't level up. And then we go to the darkness phase, and this moves up, and there's nothing here. Next turn is mine. So pretty quick, especially in solo. There. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I have a 2 reroll, and I have 2 with extra movement points. That's probably going to help me a bunch. I have to deal with these monsters. So I'm going to spend this one, which gives me 3 movement points. So 1, 2 to interact with these tokens. This is one of the tokens I need to win the game. So I can't remember what I was collecting. Was it idols? I needed some 3 things that I could forge. I'll look it up so I get the theme. And then there is a loot token here. So again, I go to the bag and I draw. And there are other types of loot tokens, which I can add as I level up and various other things. So I get another common treasure. And this time it's going to be some leather sandals. So these let me move a zone after combat. The zones are kind of the squares, like there's 9 on each space. That might be a little hard to see. And then I get a 3rd movement point. Then I'll spend this one, 1, 2, and I'll open this door because there's a whole bunch of treasure. Even though I got to fight these monsters, I've got these things to deal with. So before I do that, I open the door. Empty room. Remove all monster tokens from this channel. Hey, so I don't have to summon any monsters. Well, that made my life easy. Cool. So yeah, there can be good and bad things on those. 1, 2, open the door, 3. So yeah, unfortunately, I have these poison tokens. I could come over here to attack them, but I've got a trap here and other things. So I think I'll just go get this loot. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, interact with these. Ah, look at that. So there's a mighty treasure chest. That's going to give me 3 epic, what are these called? Rare treasures. So I'm going to get a demonic mask, which lets me ignore a black die, take a wound. Huh. I'm going to get a Seer's amulet. I can look at the top card of any roaming monster deck and place the card at the bottom of the deck. And then I get Greaves. So I could have these Greaves instead, which lets me spend mana for 2 rerolls. Sure, I'll do that. All right, and then I also get a common... Nope, I draw from the bag. And it is another rare treasure. So let's see what we get. We get Steel Gauntlets, which is good. Where do these go? Oh, these would be here instead. So I can spend to get additional attack dice. Well, you know what? I don't actually need that. So I'm just going to tuck the cards here. I think technically I'm supposed to have them to the side, but I'm just going to have the one that I have on top. So I can look at the current roaming monster. Indra. That one seems fine. We'll deal with that one when it comes. All right. 5 health per hero. Cool. So we just got a whole bunch of loot. And then we have one more. I'm just going to put all these in here so I don't lose them. We have one more action that we can take, which actually can be to rest or heal, right? Recover, I think, is the action I would like to do right now. The other one I can do is recover. Gain 2 health or mana in any combination. All right, so I'm going to gain 2 mana for now. So I have that full ready to go. Cool. That's what I'm going to do with this token. That was my poison token, but unfortunately it wasn't going to work. So the enemies are going to go. They're going to go 1, 2. They don't have a ranged attack. It would be here. And these enemies are going to go 1, 2. This is a fountain that I can go to. And most of these tiles are, you flip them over. I think these forges are where I can switch out items. I can take some of my items I'm not using, and I can draw for more items. I don't remember exactly what the exchange is, so I'll worry about it when I get there. Level up phase, I'm not there, and then darkness phase is going to summon a roaming monster. So that's going to come here at this portal. Also, of note, there would be portals here and here if there was 3 or more players and 5 or more players. So they do scale this. So now we get this giant monster here, Andra. Pretty sweet. And Andra's going to come out here. If Andra is in the dungeon, Andra attacks the hero with the lowest health in line of sight if possible, then remove Andra from the dungeon. If not in the dungeon, place Andra in a zone adjacent to the hero with the lowest health. Then Andra attacks that hero. Oh my, okay. Deal 1 wound to another hero. So Andra's got ranged and that, so maybe we need to go deal with that. All right, so there are 2 loot tokens, and then there is also a rare loot token. What did I do with those extra ones? Give me 1 second to find the other tokens. This is health. There it is. Okay. All right, so we got a baggie of extra, and this is telling us to put a rare loot token there, and then that will go in the bag. So the more things we kill, the more likely we can draw better things, as well as when we level up. Okay. Back to us. Next turn is just going to add a rare token, so we have a little bit of time to deal with these things. So we're going to draw 4 from our bag. 1, 2, 3. We're out of tokens. That's 11, so we put all these other ones back in, and we draw one more. Again, it's 4 actions, I believe, because I'm playing solo. The last time I played, I actually played with 2 heroes, so it's 3 actions each, so I don't think it's just the rogue. I think it's everybody, but I don't remember exactly. But I do know that I read the rogue gets a 4th, so in solo. All right, so these are controlling my actions. Other heroes do different things. I probably should put them over here, but left is easier for me. All right, so if I use one of these to move, I'm already rolling maximum dice if I want. Oh, wait, did this one give me +1? Only if I spend, right? Yeah. I don't know that I actually care about that. Look at the roaming monster thing, though. It's not that big a deal to me. All right, so we will have that one. Attack. Take 1 wound. Ignore 1 die. What would that do? Oh, I could ignore their ability? Does it ignore any die? Yeah, I don't know that mask is super useful. All right, we don't need rerolls, so we'll do this. We'll move 1, 2, so we only get 2 new movement normally. We're now in their space, so we're going to use the poison attack. I guess we'll just use the regular attack, actually. So that's going to give us a bonus yellow die, plus we get 2. These ones are satyrs. They only have 1 armor. They don't have any abilities. And we also get a minion die, and we get the shadow die. So that's going to be cool because we're in a darkness space. So we'll roll these up, and we got double hits from the shadow. Wow. All right, so they did get 2 shields. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to them. They have 3 health each, but -2. So we would kill one of them. But we are going to get 2 mana back. So we'll use one of these to ignore one of their shields. And we'll deal 4 damage. Well, we could just re-roll that die. I guess we just re-roll this die is really the plan. That's a 1. Then we'll spend 1. So now we deal all 5 damage and we get 2 mana back. So that works pretty well. All right, so 5 is going to be we'll kill 1 of these minions, and we gain 1, and then we deal 2 damage to the other remaining ones. That is very close to dead. Boy, I'd like to save that poison token, huh? She is going to pop up and hit me wherever I go. May just have to deal with that. All right, and then I can attack again. I could get rerolls, or I could do this poison. Fortunately, I'm not going to be able to get over to that one. What is going to be our best bet here? All right, we'll do the rerolls one. So we get 2 dice to attack with, 1 defense. There is no minion. And we get the purple die. I think we'll be good here. We get 2 mana, and we get 2 of these. So we also get 2 rerolls already, huh? All right. So we will reroll these 2. Actually, let's reroll 1 of them, because the enemy's already dead. That's going to give us 1 mana instead. It doesn't matter, right? We don't need to use our rerolls, so I'm not going to overthink it. So that's 1 damage. They are dead. We get a loot. We get this item, which is the stone knuckles. So now when we attack, we could ignore some of their damage. I think that's actually better for us. So let's put that one here instead. Technically, this is the wrong way to do it. You're supposed to swap out the items, but it's just easier with the little tray for me to hold them. So I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I get 2 experience for killing him. Everybody would, again. Helping you with the multiplayer game as well. And then I get to draw a loot token. And it is a common treasure. So we are going to get a great sword. So this is a 2-handed one, but it would allow us to roll 2 dice, including the orange die. So we could deal more damage. But I think we're in pretty good shape with these. Got 2 dice and the ability to ignore their shield, so feels a little more roguey to me. All right. Oh, we also have this one here we have to remember. All right. We've got 1 more action, so we could recover that health, but I think we'll just stay on the move. And we will move to 1, 2. When we go here, we flip this, and the bear trap could make us lose movement. Oh, it did not. So it had nothing on it. So we didn't have to worry about that. All right, that is done. Enemies are going to go in what order? Mobs, then roaming monsters. Okay. So these imps are going to move 1, 2 towards me. They just keep running up towards me. This one is going to... follow the instructions on their card. All right. So Andra here is going to attack me if in line of sight. I'm not. Then remove Andra from the dungeon. And then next turn is going to be placed adjacent to me and attack me. So I have to be ready for that attack. Then this is going to move up, and that tells us to add a rare loot token to the bag. So the more we survive, the rarer the treasure gets. All right, that's going to go in there. Perfect, and it's back to us, so it's pretty smooth. As you can see, we haven't gotten attacked by enemies. We've been able to defeat them. So we have these ones here. We are going to want to think about that. We did start with a healing potion right here. So this could be a good turn to use that. All right, we have a bonus movement point. So let's go 1, 2, open this door. That's going to trigger this monster here and a door card. Spawn 1 mob on any portal. It's a portal door. Okay. So this is the only portal down here. Hey, portal. So we're going to spawn a mob. Oh, I missed my level up phase. So I should have spent 5. And then I would level up. I would gain a health. Sorry about that. I would also put another rare loot token in the bag. So as people level up there. I do wish it had the thing where when you draw a token, it's just gone. Like they add more, but that's just increasing probability. But I wish they just made it, you know, the more common treasure you draw, it just goes away. So you're just increasing your odds that way. That's one little thing. And then I get a level 2 card. So I forgot to do that. I skipped over that phase. So I've got a bunch of these. I believe you can take a level 1 card, but we're just not going to do that. All right, toolkit or rehearsed tricks. So at the start of my turn, I can rotate this card to exhaust it, place 3 tokens I drew, and draw 3 new tokens. Or at the start of my turn, I can add a random face-up spike trap to a zone in range 0 to 2. This trap only affects enemies. Move yourself to a trap up to 1 zone away and remove it without suffering its effects as an action. This just increases my chances of getting what I'm looking for. I like that. The traps are kind of nice in that they could deal a spike trap. So I could put that trap down and then just deal damage to enemies walking towards me. That's actually pretty good. So we should do that one. So now I need to find those spike traps. When do I do that? At the start of my turn. All right. Well, that is pretty good. Although I wish I had realized I would need all these things. I got this extra table and everything, and it's still a big old mess. I guess that's just how these games are. All right, so here are our spike traps. And a random spike trap. All right, so let's find a stack of these things here. Is there another one? Looks like that's what we got. All right. So we will take one of these and we'll add it to a zone 0 to 2 away. Yeah, they're just going to end up stepping there, so that's good. Everything looks good. Okay. So then we have to spawn a mob down here, right? So we didn't do that. And that deck is here. We're still level 2, and then we also have to spawn one in our room. So the one down here is going to be skeletons, and the one over here is going to be demons. I guess I really should put these with mine. And they will get items. So the skeletons are going to have crossbows, so they can fire at range. And the demons are going to have precision bows. Man. All right. So now we have to find these various characters. Guess I could have had some of these things laid out ahead of time, huh? That could be a skeleton leader. All right, so that skeleton will go there. And what is the other one that I have? It is a demon, which is this. Okay, cool. So the demon will go here. And then I have demons down here. And the skeleton is here. This is where I wish I did have a bigger table. It would be a little bit easier to find things. Okay. Perfect. As I defeat them, I'm laying them out here so I can find them if they spawn again in the future. All right, I have a third movement point, so I will move into here, and then I will attack these demons who have one shield. I am in the dark. Attacking or defending hero discards 1 mana. First ranged attack of the turn, they get +1. So then I get 2 dice here. And I can ignore one of their bonus rolls. So this is what we are rolling, right? Looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't really need to reroll anything there. I ignore that with my stone knuckles. And I also will gain 1. So do I want to reroll this? I guess so. So I'm going to spend a mana and roll that. And I get 2 mana. So yeah. So I get my mana back and I deal 4 damage. So that will kill one of these. Give me an experience. And then put 1 damage on the remaining one. This has a loot token. And then I will attack again with my poison or my +1. I guess poison is the smarter one in case I don't deal damage. So with poison, it means I'm going to put the little poison token there, and they're going to take damage at the start of the turn. And now there's no enemy. So you can see attacking in the darkness is a huge boon. 1, 2, 3, they block 1. I get my magic back, so they are dead, so no reason to poison. Boy, I am slaughtering things. I don't remember it being this easy when I played multiplayer. But I guess more things are spawning. So we're going to get a token, and we also get this ranged weapon if we want to take it. But I don't think we do. I think it's an action to switch weapons. So I could do that here as well. Yeah, freely equip weapons. Okay. All right, so they are defeated. That card is going to go over here, and we are drawing a loot token. I hope it's going well for people out there. I'm not sure how many people are with me. So that is going to be rare treasure, and that is going to give me a small shield, which I could put in my hand to ignore and have more defense, but I think I'm doing okay. Oh, I could take an action to put the shield on to defend against the enemy that's going to show up. Should I do that? I think I will, actually. So I'm going to put this shield on temporarily for that purpose. All right, then I'm going to spend this. And maybe I want to go to that forge. So apologies while I look up the forge. I've got 3 movement points then. And the one thing I don't like about this rulebook is these items are in the middle. Okay, I can interact with the forge, discard 3 item cards, and draw 1 item card 1 tier higher than that of the lowest one discarded. Okay. Yeah, that seems better than just drawing random loot. So 1, 2 to interact with this. And then let's see, what do we want to get rid of? So we've got this amulet. This mask is weird. I feel like it's not even doing anything. And if I can discard something else, like these greaves, or what did I get over here? I don't want to get rid of anything that's not blue, because then I could get epic loot. Right? Shoot, did I read it right? 1 tier higher, right? So I'll discard these 3 rare. I will get this epic treasure, which are these spiked boots, which deal a wound to the attacker or defender if I spend a mana. So that's pretty good. All right, so that was 1, 2, and then 3 will move me here. And then 1, grab this, and 2 will move me over here so I could get more loot there. I'm not going to heal because I think I'll be okay, although I can heal 2. We'll just go for it. All right, so then it is their turn. So they are going to activate. They're going to move 1, 2. They have range, but they're not in range of me. These imps are going to move here, and they're going to take double damage from this. That's going to be 4. So one of them is dead. So I get an experience. I need to get to 10 experience now to level. And then 1 takes a single damage from this. Wow, yeah, I am dealing a lot here. It's impressive. All right, and then this wandering monster is going to come in here and attack me in a zone adjacent to the hero with the lowest health, and then attack that hero. All right, so if she's 1 space away, she will attack with a yellow and a black die. But I gave myself 3 defense, so that is nice. We are in that space, but it's only when I am rolling, right? So then I'll get that die. Let me double check that. Yeah, only used by heroes. Okay, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure I get them all right. All right, I rolled 3 defense. I did 1 damage, deal 1 wound to another hero with the lowest health and line of sight. So that's kind of weird in solo, right? I feel like I should take that one. So I guess I'll take a damage from that, because it seems a little strange otherwise. I can ignore other things. And then I will spend a mana to deal a damage to Andra. All right, cool. That's it. They just get 1 single big activation against me. All right, so we did that. I don't have enough experience to level. I need 10 to go to the next level because you're spending it rather than tracking it. And then this is going to move up, and we're going to have another monster come in here. So I'm still not level 3, so this is going to be fire entities that are going to come in down here. That's why I went this direction first, so that as these things spawn, they're not necessarily on top of me. All right, this one goes here, and the fire entities... Was that what this was? Maybe? Looks like they're this one. Yeah. All right, so they're going to spawn here. And then in addition, does this say fire entity? Yep, we're going to put a minion here. Cool. And we'll get an item card for them. They're going to have a precision bow. So we're going to start dealing with some range. So range is basically as far as you can go, as long as you're at least 1 space away. Back to me. All right, 1, 2, 3. Put these in. And a 4th. All right, cool. This is actually going to be pretty easy. This gives us 2 movement points. So we're going to take this treasure and then move into the space, and then we get an attack immediately. So let's see what we get for loot. We really need something for our head. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It's common. Ooh, it's a health potion. All right, well, that's really good. So we'll use this health potion to heal for 3. I'm just going to throw it over here. And our max is now 6 because we went up +1. So that is helpful for us. And now we've got that to work with. All right, so we get an attack. So we have these 2 here. Oh, should I have taken an action to switch out my weapon? I think so. So I will actually take an action, one of these movement actions, and I'm going to switch back to this weapon. So I can do that. So now we have 2 here. And we roll the darkness die. And they have 2 and 1. I think that's good. We could give them minus or plus. All right, we get 2 mana. And can we ignore? We can ignore that, but we can't ignore that one. So we could re-roll this one. Do we have any re-rolls? We have to spend to re-roll. But we're going to get 2 back. That's okay. We will ignore this. We'll take the damage from this, which says to another person, but since I'm by myself, we're going to spend 1 here to ignore one of these here, so then that one will be blocked. Then we are going to deal a damage by kicking him with our boots, so then we deal 2 more. And then we get 2 mana back from this roll. All right, pretty good. Then we'll use this one to attack again. And we get +1 die, so it's going to be basically the same roll here. But we are +1, block 3. But we did a lot, so we're just going to keep it. All right, that die's blank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They block 3, so they take 4. Only 5 health per hero. There's only 1 hero, so they are dead. And we get 2 mana back. But we are still max 3. All right. Then we get 2 loots and this rare token, and this enemy goes away. And Andra is no more. Okay. So we're going to draw 2 from the bag. And we are getting 3 rare loot. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we have this Cuirass, which will give us 3 defense. I love it. We have this runic sword. And we have this magical robe. When we're defending, we get 2 mana. Would I rather have that? I actually think so. I think I'll do that one instead. And we're just going to hold these. I guess I should actually leave these to the side because I can trade them in at the forge. Now that I'm realizing why that would be easier than what I'm doing. All right. And then do I want to actually go do that? I have 3 movement points. I could go 1, 2, 3. Which will probably be fine. That's a lot of enemies bearing down on me. I don't know that getting out there faster is helpful. All right, this one is basically going to be gone because I can't use it. Hold on. How much XP was killing that worth? Oh, I also forgot. Oh, no. Well, we're just going to have to do it now. So these, looting these was worth 5, right? So I should go up to 10, and then I should go to 15. And then this one is worth 4 when you kill them. That's 19. So I'll just level up now. I think it would have been 1 turn too late, which might have changed some of the things that came out, but what are you going to do? All right. I'm going to do this. 1, 2, interact with that. I'll spend 3 of these. I guess we'll keep the bow. When we spend 3 of these, we'll get 1 of these treasures, which is a vest. In melee, we get +2. That's pretty good. And then we'll get rid of these 3, and these 3 will give us some epic treasure, which is going to be the golden breastplate. I guess that's pretty good to just have 4. And then we could trade 3 more. We'll keep this one. And we get another rare. And we have the same thing again. All right. I guess it's a bunch of trades. And then we can come back to here for the end of that. All right. We're doing pretty well here. And we got a handful of people watching. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I know people like to just put things on in the background. Excuse me. During their workday. So that is totally cool. All right. And happy Friday, everybody. Okay. These dice will go back. It is the enemy phase, and I need to remember to level up. So this enemy will move 1, 2. This one will also move 2 because it doesn't have line of sight, and they will move 2. So a little boring, I guess, on that front. They're going to be set up right there. Oh, start of my turn, I could have placed a trap, right? So I could have actually placed a trap for them. I was trying to speed since I'm doing so well. So when I was here, I could have placed a trap right here. That's my special ability. So I would put it right here so this one will step into it, and it's double damage. So it's going to take 2, which will kill this one. So I'm going to get these knuckles, and I'm going to get 2 experience. Man, I'm killing it on experience now, huh? And these are dead. And draw a treasure. The treasures do start to feel a little bit like Diablo. All right, it's another Kuros. So there's that, and this is gone. Cool, so now we go to leveling. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to level up to 3. I get a mana and a health. Magic, maybe? So that is good. And then we also put an epic treasure in the bag. So it's nice, but now of all the tokens in the bag, I have to draw the 1 epic treasure that's there. Which I probably will on the next one now that I say that, right? And then these are going to, I get a level 3. So my level 3s are 2 more poison tokens, and they take 4 wounds. Some shadow tokens. When you gain this token, remove any 2 other tokens. Or tailored swiftness. When you gain this skill, gain these 2 tokens. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to get these other 2 tokens. I could do more poison, probably be pretty effective, but we'll show off some of these other tokens. So now I get a +1 orange die token, as well as a draw 1 token after I take this action. So I have a chance to get more actions on my turn. All right, and then this is going to move up, and it's going to add an epic loot token. So really, we just need to make this run across here, and then we should be in pretty good shape for getting back there. I don't actually know that I'm going to loot all those rooms. Here, it just feels like a lot that I might not need to do. So to shorten it up a little bit. All right, it is back to me then. So we're going to draw 4 here. 1, 2, 3. Got one of those new tokens. 4. All right, not a ton of movement, but I think enough to get us moving. So 1, 2, 3 movement will put us there. Then, what am I smarter to do? They're all going to come after me. I'm going to get bogged down here. Probably just slice my way through later, although could use one of these to move in. Then I could hit them, and then I can move out, and this one won't be able to reach me. But can I kill them that swiftly? These are skeletons. Let's do it. All right, so we will use one of these to move in. And then we will attack. We're going to lose those movement points, but that's okay. So we're going to get an orange die this time to go with our 2 yellows. We're in a darkness space. This feels pretty reasonable, like they could die. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. So if they roll 2 of these, they get to add another skeleton. But I rolled 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. Sliced them like butter. So this is going to be done, and we're going to get this crossbow. All right, so that should help me not worry too much about that. I don't know that I was worried, per se. And we will draw a rare treasure. We got these steel gauntlets, which we already have. All right, and then we'll use this last one to move 1, 2. We defeated them, so we get 1 for that, and 2 for that gets us to 14. So they're going to activate, go 1, 2. Wow, this feels pretty good. And then we're going to spend 12 and level up to 4. So we get 2 more health. That's going to bring us to 8, and we get 1 more mana. That's going to bring us to 5. We're pretty much a powerhouse, which is something I enjoy about this game. I enjoy the, like, one-off, I'm very strong, here we go. Those are pretty fun. Add an epic loot to the bag. All right, and where are we at now? And gain a level 4 ability. Wow. Level 5 is the max, so we've gotten there pretty quick. All right, one of these 2. So toolkit 2. Oh, again, I forgot to put a trap down, huh? Where did I start my turn? So the trap would have gone here, so we'll ignore it. Rotate this card to exhaust it. Traps do 3 damage. Do we want to do that, or do we want to cycle this one where we can actually take our discarded tokens? I mean, that's pretty sweet. So let's show the variety. So we can discard 3 that we draw, and then we can pick 3 more, draw, or we can take from the tokens we've already discarded. So that's going to be pretty powerful. All right, and then this is going to move up, and we're going to spawn another monster, but now it is a level 3/4 monster. So we're going to summon some demons, which are here. Now I can grab things much quicker. They're going to get a level 4 item, so now they have a Soul Eater. Well, that sounds much worse. And they have a loot token there, so we may have to deal with them, although they've got to get to us. All right, it is back to us, because those are the ones that move. So we're going to drop a trap right here for them. Draw our 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one will actually give us a 5th. So that'll be nice to know we can do that. So we can interact with that if we want to, but I think a fountain is going to heal us, so I don't feel like that's super necessary. We do have a trap here. We don't really need that forge. Let's just go for it. So let's use this one to move 2. 1, 2, and then we get to draw another one. I'm not going to use the fountain. I would have to spend a movement point. Is this a place? Is this a place to discard? Oh, at the start of your turn. Whatever. So let's do that. Let's get rid of these rerolls. Oh, we have to get rid of the poison as well. Yeah, whatever. So we'll get rid of these 3. And then we can draw from our ones over here. So let's take damage, this one, and plus... Oh, is there no +1 movement? And a +1 movement. So let's take these instead. Wow, so we can cultivate what we want. All right, so then We're going to flip this one for +1 movement. 1, 2. We're going to take 0 damage from that trap. Man, we are lucky. 3, open this. Crack open the door. The active hero and all mobs spawned in this chamber take 1 cold damage. Okay. Don't remember how that works. Frost damage. If a hero mob would perform an action and has a frost token, remove 1 token from them instead. For roaming monster that activate has 2 or more. Okay. All right, so we're each going to lose an action. I'm not going to get the tokens out just because that's going to be a little bit of a waste. So that is my third movement. We're going to spawn mobs here. And we're going to spawn level 4, which is going to be Fallen Angels. And they're going to have this item on them, which is an Immortal Sword. Man. They have 3 defense, huh? And here's our Angels. And they are going to lose a single activation. I'm going to put this token on them to remind me. That's my Lightbringer. There are tokens for the Frost, but we're just going to not worry about that. So I'm going to spend this one as my Frost because I have to cancel that. Then I can move 2. So 1, 2. I don't think I can interact with objects while there's enemies in my space, is my guess. Page 18, interacting. There are no enemies in the zone. Okay. So technically when I go to there, I'm supposed to pull from this bag and put the token down, which I guess is a way to have some of those, but we'll deal with that later. Okay. So now we are fighting them. We get an attack for this, and we're going to get another attack. So we get 2 yellow dice. And it is a darkness space. They have a mob, and they get 3 defense dice. Okay. Wait, did we use? No, we used that one. We used the other one for movement. Okay, makes sense. So that we don't ignore. That one is going to be Defender -2, so we don't have to worry about that. Then here, we only dealt 2 damage, and they blocked that. So we're going to spend a mana to reroll this die, which is now blank. Then we're going to spend a mana to decrease this. So we're going to deal 2 damage to them. We're going to spend a mana. Oh, we don't have another reroll, right? Oh, that was +1. We're going to spend a mana to deal a wound to them. So they're going to take a wound. We're going to gain 3 mana back. And then we're going to deal 2 damage. So that will defeat the minion. So the minion is defeated. We gain 1 XP. And that is that. So then this is going to go away. We're going to attack again. And here we're going to get a bonus orange die. And this should be the same. We dealt 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -3 is 4, so they are toast. Man, those things die. So we will gain 1 from here, which is a rare. So I guess we are drawing those higher level treasures now. And we also get this Immortal Sword, which is a one-handed sword. Heal 2 per enemy miniature killed in this attack. Still like that one, so we're going to take that. But now we have bonus attacking dice. Ooh, we also got a Horned Helm, so we get a reroll on defense. Well, that was a nicely eventful room. And we get 2 experience, 1, 2, for slaying that minion. All right, that is done. That ends our turn. That was very powerful. Yeah, I feel very strong compared to some of the games I played that haven't gone as well. Maybe I'm getting better or worse at the rules. I hope I'm not missing anything. I think these only spawn from this point. The other one showed those two, but what are you going to do? All right, they're going to move, so they'll move here, and they're going to take 2 damage from the trap on these fire entities. And then they will move again. They're going to move 2. Yeah, this part's weird. I've had ones where you can't escape all this. I've been able to move a lot. The +1 movement from the rogue is huge to just be able to move so quickly. So I think that's a big part of what's making it easier is I'm able to avoid them. And then since they have range, but I can kind of dodge in and out, it hasn't really been a big deal, so that has been nice. Yeah, it's interesting that you could go the 3 directions, right? I've been able to just kind of not do that, but there aren't the other spawn points. So anyway, things to note. The last one I played was like this escort quest, and it was so hard. So having one that's not too bad is nice. All right, I need 18. I'm at 5, so that's not happening currently. This is moving up, and we just add an epic loot token. Epic loot. And it's back to us. So we draw. There are none in the bag. Where does that one come from? Later ability, I assume. All right, so we're going to draw 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we want to draw new ones? Yeah, let's get rid of these 3, see if we can get more movement. Need a better spot to put these. We're going to put them face up here. And we get to draw 3 more. We get to go from our discarded, but we're not doing that. Oh, okay. I probably shouldn't have gotten this one. My guess is I needed the 1 before I could get this one. So, technically, I shouldn't have this. I should have this one that just draws 3 more. It's so easy to miss rules. Like, it sounds silly, but same here. Okay, so I got to be careful with these. So I shouldn't have the +1 orange die. I apologize, everybody. So when I draw, I have to draw 3 others, and then I have this +2 movement instead of the orange one there. I'm pretty sure you have to get the level 1 ability before you can get the level 2 ability. Makes sense. So, all right. So that's what we have. Still lots of movement, which is really what we want here anyway. So we're going to spend 3 movement points. So 1 to pick these up. This gives me 5 to bring me to 10. 1 to grab this treasure. So we have the 3 shards that we need. This treasure is going to be a common, which is a grimoire, so I can have this for an attack, and I get an orange. That's interesting, but I guess I have those there. Oh, I forgot. No, I just got that sword. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll move into their space. We'll use this one to attack. And we're going to draw another one. I'm just going to do it now so I don't forget. So we'll attack them here. We get 3 dice now. We are in a darkness space. And they get 1 defense and they have a minion. And they already have 2 damage on them. All right, we rolled this shadow ability, so that is draw a rogue token. That's pretty sweet. So we're going to get another action, and it's a poison token here. Okay, we don't ignore this. We're going to take that damage. 4 is enough to kill them. If we spend 1, we ignore this, we take a damage, and then we deal 4, which will kill both of them, and then we gain 1 mana back. Perfect. All right, so they are done here. We're going to get 1, 2, 3 experience, so close to level 5. That is there. This goes here. Draw a token. It is common. Mana ring to gain 3 mana. We don't need that right now. This goes here. These come off. I think we could actually just go for the win here, which feels a little silly, but it has been easy most of this time. So I think we'll just do this. So we're going to go with this one and open this door. And let me just check the rules on this scenario. All right, when all shards have been gathered, if all heroes holding at least one shard are in the demonic forge zone represented by the gray objective token, any hero in the same zone may spend one action to forge the artifact. And that's how we win. Okay, doesn't look too bad. So we're going to open this door. We're going to get a door card. Place a fountain token in the furthest zone of this chamber if possible. You know what? We're just going to move this one because that's not going to be super important. Then we're going to spawn a mob. Those are the level 5s. Skeletons. So we're going to get 2 skeletons here. Oops. Skeletons are these ones. We'll come in here. They're going to get a weapon, which will be crossbows. 1, 2. We'll move into their space. We will fight them once, and then we'll do this, and I think we'll get the win here. But let's fight because it's fun. All right. So we're going to use this card we have, which gives us 2 bonus yellow. Of course, we only have 3 yellow. I'm pretty sure it's maxed. We also get an orange from our sword. Bonus yellow there if we want it. We could deal a wound here. We don't get the shadow die. They get this, and they have 2 defense. I'm not sure that we can actually deal the damage we need to, but we'll at least roll because it's fun. What did our token give us? Oh, it's a poison token. Got it. So they are poisoned. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can spend 1 to reroll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can spend 1 to ignore that. And we can spend 1 to deal them a damage. And that will be 6 total. Deal a damage with this. So they are dead. And we get 1, 2, 3. We're still 2 short of that. We get this. I'm not going to draw the loot just for sake of time here. We get this crossbow. And then we will move 1, 2. And we will forge the artifact to win the game. All right, well, that was pretty easy. Some of these scenarios have been a lot harder. So that one, it was interesting that being able to go in multiple directions and avoid the enemies who are all spawning here. The one enemy there, right, Andra, tried to come out and hit me. I armored up and it dealt no damage, and then I was just able to pummel it. That is a cool miniature. There are some big miniatures in here. I think I showed you this one, but like this is one of the enemies, Michael, that you have to fight. So, yeah, they're intense, for sure. Let me show you the other big one here. It's this thing. It's like a squid, octopus thing. Nice. All right, well, there you go. That's Massive Darkness 2. Let's see what some level 5 enemies would look like, or even a level 5. Yeah, here we go. Etheria Undead Queen. Attacks for range with 4 dice, melee with 3, add a minion to each mob in the dungeon if possible. Wow. So it does like some summoning. Etheria attacks each hero in line of sight. Whoa. If there's only one hero, then she gets +2 orange dice, worth 3 epic loot, 8 health per. That's pretty intense. Let's see what a level 5 mob looks like. So those skeletons I just fought. Actually, let's have fun. There's some gargoyles here. So the gargoyles have 3 defense, they drop 2 loot, they have 6 health each. And then they would do this, and then if they got a level 5 item, that is a demonic fan. So they deal 2 wounds to each other enemy in the same zone. Wow. And that's a 1/1, so there you go. So they get a lot more powerful. I just managed to avoid it. I did forget to level up. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all the things. I made a few mistakes, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, the fun is the asymmetry. So you've got a wizard that has like a wheel as they're casting spells. You've got the ranger who has like an arrow deck where they can kind of push their luck. The Berserker is like spending Berserker or health tokens. I think they spend health tokens. They have a bunch, and they can spend them to do more actions. So it's kind of push your luck health-wise. What else is in there? The Shaman has like like these tracks they move up with the different elements. And feels like there's one. Oh, the Paladin. The Paladin puts blessings up on the board spaces, and people that are in those spaces gets bonuses, and enemies get negatives. So they're like consecrating the ground and stuff, which is really neat. So that is how that works. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for this game of Massive Darkness 2. It came out last year. I heard a lot of positive things about it, so I picked it up, and I've enjoyed it. I actually really just enjoyed that solo game. Probably it was kind of enjoyable because I was streaming and it was easy, so I didn't have to worry too much. You know, a little bit of worry about rules. I messed some things up here, but I mean, whatever. You're getting to see the game and whatnot. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I don't know how it would play with 6. It would be very complex. People's turns are relatively long. Excuse me. But you do only get 3 actions on a turn with more players, so they did a relatively good job with that. So awesome. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week. My name is the Brandt, and until next time, I hope you step into the portal. Bye, everybody.